Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, your chest tight, or a strange heaviness in your head without knowing why? Most people think high blood pressure only spikes when you're stressed, moving around too much, or eating too much salt. But the truth is, after 60, your blood pressure can rise even while you're asleep, and you may not feel it coming at all. According to the American Heart Association, more than 60% of seniors experience nighttime blood pressure spikes. And that's one of the reasons why strokes and heart attacks so often strike in the early morning hours, when you're most vulnerable. What's more alarming is that even those who take their medications faithfully during the day may still face this hidden risk simply because of what they do or don't do before bed. If you've ever felt dizzy in the morning, struggled with poor sleep, or worried about unpredictable blood pressure, you're not alone. Many people over 60 deal with this every day, and it's not their fault. Your body is doing its best to keep you safe, but if you don't give it the right support at night, it's like expecting a car to run smoothly while ignoring the warning lights. The good news is, you don't need more pills or high-tech machines to fix this. Just a few simple changes in your nighttime routine can help your body naturally regulate blood pressure, sleep better, and keep your heart protected through the night. In today's video, I'll show you 5 easy things you can do before bed to lower your nighttime blood pressure, improve sleep quality, and reduce your risk of stroke and heart disease. And the first habit, simple but surprisingly powerful, is soaking your feet in warm water before bed. Let's explore why this tiny ritual can have a big impact on your heart and your sleep. Why does blood pressure rise at night after 60? It surprises many people. But nighttime is when your body becomes most vulnerable, especially after the age of 60. You see, when we're young, our bodies have a built-in ability to regulate blood pressure automatically, like a thermostat adjusting temperature. But as we age, that system becomes less reliable. The nerves that control your heart and blood vessels, called the autonomic nervous system, don't respond as quickly or as smoothly as they used to. So when you lie down at night, your body might forget to lower the pressure, even though you're supposed to be resting. There's another hidden factor: sleep apnea and shallow breathing. Many older adults have undiagnosed sleep-related breathing problems. When your breathing pauses or becomes irregular during sleep, your blood oxygen drops. In response, your brain signals your heart to pump harder to deliver more oxygen. This causes your blood pressure to rise even though you're sound asleep. And then there's stress. Not the kind you feel during the day, but the kind that lingers silently at night. If your nervous system is still on, if your mind is still racing, or your body is tight, it releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which narrow your blood vessels and raise your blood pressure without you even knowing. It's like a faucet left half open all night long. You might not hear the dripping, but over time, it builds pressure in the pipes, and eventually, something gives. This is why nighttime blood pressure matters. It's not just about numbers on a monitor. It's about giving your heart and brain the break they need before damage silently begins. But the good news is, with the right habits before bed, you can teach your body to shift gears, lower the pressure, and sleep in peace. And it all starts with your feet. Habit 1, soak your feet in warm water for 15 minutes. It may sound simple, but soaking your feet in warm water before bed is one of the most natural and effective ways to lower your blood pressure at night. Here's why: as we age, circulation tends to become uneven. Blood may pool in the upper body, especially around the heart and head, creating extra pressure inside the arteries. But when you soak your feet in warm water, your blood vessels in the legs gently expand. This encourages blood to flow downward, relieving the pressure on your chest and brain. A study published in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology in Japan found that soaking feet in 40 degrees Celsius water for just 15 minutes helped older adults reduce both heart rate and blood pressure, while also improving sleep quality. Researchers called it a simple but effective method to support natural cardiovascular balance before sleep. In another study from China, elderly patients with high blood pressure experienced a noticeable drop in systolic and diastolic readings after just 2 weeks of nighttime foot baths. They also reported deeper sleep and less nighttime anxiety. But this practice does more than just move blood. The soles of your feet contain sensitive nerve points linked to your autonomic nervous system. In traditional Chinese medicine, there's a point called yongquan located right in the center of the foot. When warmed, it sends signals to calm the nervous system, helping the body transition into rest mode. Think of it like slowly letting the pressure out of an overfilled water pipe. You're not forcing anything. You're simply opening the flow in the right direction. To get the best results, soak your feet in comfortably warm water, not hot, for about 10 to 15 minutes. You don't need fancy oils, but a pinch of salt or a drop of lavender can make the experience even more soothing. This small habit is more than a routine. It's a signal to your heart, your brain, and your entire body that the day is done and it's time to let go. And once your body starts to settle, the next step is to guide your breathing into a rhythm that tells your heart you're safe now. Let's talk about that next. Habit 2. Slow, deep breathing for 5 minutes. Once your body begins to unwind, the next most important signal you can send to your heart and blood vessels is through your breath. Breathing isn't just about getting oxygen. It's also how your nervous system communicates safety. When you breathe quickly or shallowly, your brain thinks you're in danger. But when you breathe slowly and deeply, especially with a longer exhale, your body gets a very different message. It's okay now. You can rest. Studies have shown that slow, controlled breathing can reduce blood pressure within minutes. A paper published in the Journal of Human Hypertension found that people who practice slow breathing at 6 breaths per minute saw immediate drops in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Another study in hypertension research confirmed that even 5 minutes of deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for relaxation, digestion, and repair. Here's how it works when you inhale deeply through your nose and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Your diaphragm moves in a way that stimulates the vagus nerve, a powerful nerve that helps lower heart rate, expand blood vessels, and calm your entire cardiovascular system. It's like pressing a built-in reset button for your heart. Try this before bed. Sit or lie down comfortably. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for a moment, then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this for 5 minutes. If your mind wanders, that's okay. Just return to the rhythm. Some people like to place a hand on their chest and the other on their belly. Feel the lower hand rise as you breathe in and fall as you breathe out. That's a sign you're using your diaphragm, not just your chest, and that's the key. Think of it like turning down the dimmer switch on a lamp. You're not flipping a switch, you're gently softening the whole room, including your heartbeat and your blood vessels. Done consistently, this simple habit doesn't just lower nighttime blood pressure, it trains your body to recover faster from stress, day and night. Now that your breath has calmed your nervous system, let's take care of another hidden trigger that often goes unnoticed: dehydration at night. Habit 3. Drink a small glass of warm water. Now that your breath has relaxed your nervous system, let's talk about something just as important but often overlooked: hydration. During sleep, your body naturally loses water through breathing, sweating, and metabolic processes. But here's the danger: as we age, our sense of thirst weakens. Many seniors go to bed slightly dehydrated without even realizing it. Why does that matter? Because when your body is low on water, your blood becomes thicker. Think of it like syrup versus water. The thicker the fluid, the more pressure it takes to push it through your blood vessels. That added pressure is what raises your blood pressure quietly, steadily, especially in the early morning hours. A study published in the journal Vascular Health and Risk Management showed that mild dehydration can significantly raise blood pressure, particularly in older adults. Researchers noted that just a small decrease in fluid balance could cause blood vessels to constrict and force the heart to work harder. The good news is, it's easy to fix. About 15 to 30 minutes before bed, drink a small glass of warm water. Around 100 to 150 milliliters is enough. Not too much so it won't wake you up in the middle of the night, but just enough to keep your blood thin and flowing smoothly while you sleep. Warm water is gentler on your stomach and helps relax the digestive system, which also supports a better night's rest. Think of it like topping off the oil in your car before a long night's drive. Not too much, just enough to keep the engine smooth, quiet, and protected. This tiny habit acts like an internal buffer, preventing overnight pressure spikes and helping your heart glide gently through the night. And once your body is hydrated and relaxed, it's time to give your muscles and joints a final release so nothing is holding tension as you head into sleep. Let's explore that next. Habit 4. Gentle stretching before bed. By now, your body is warm, your breathing is calm, and your blood is flowing more smoothly. But there's still one thing left that many people forget: tension in the muscles. As we go through the day sitting, walking, carrying, worrying, our muscles gradually tighten, especially in the neck, shoulders, and lower back. And here's the thing: tight muscles compress nearby blood vessels. They make it harder for blood to circulate freely, especially back to the heart. This subtle resistance adds to your body's overall blood pressure. That's why gentle stretching before bed isn't just about flexibility, it's about relieving pressure from the inside out. In a study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science, older adults who performed light stretching for 10 minutes before bedtime experienced lower blood pressure and improved heart rate variability, a sign of better nervous system balance. The goal isn't to strain or break a sweat. You're not doing a workout. You're simply unwinding your body like a coiled rope. Try this. Stand near your bed and gently roll your shoulders. Tilt your head from side to side. Slowly reach your arms overhead, then let them float down. Stretch your calves, rotate your ankles, and bend forward just enough to feel your back release. If you prefer sitting, that's fine too. The idea is to signal your body that it's safe to let go, that it doesn't need to hold itself up anymore. Think of it like gently loosening the knots in a garden hose before turning off the water. When the hose is smooth and open, pressure drops and the system can finally rest. After a few minutes of gentle movement, your body will feel lighter. Your heart won't have to push as hard, and your nervous system will be ready for the final step, a small but crucial change that can reset your entire internal clock. Let's talk about that next. Habit 5, turn off all screens at least 1 hour before bed. After preparing your body through warmth, breath, hydration, and movement, there's one final thing to take care of: your brain. Many people do everything right physically, but still struggle with high blood pressure at night. Why? Because their mind is still wide awake, stimulated by light. Phones, TVs, tablets, even bright ceiling lights, all of them emit blue light, which blocks the release of melatonin. Melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone, it's also a vascular relaxant. It tells your blood vessels to open, your heart rate to slow, and your body to enter repair mode. Without it, your system stays alert, blood pressure stays high, and your sleep becomes shallow and restless. In a study published in the journal Chronobiology International, researchers found that older adults exposed to screens before bedtime had significantly delayed melatonin production, higher nighttime heart rates, and more frequent blood pressure spikes during sleep. It's like keeping the lights on in a house when everyone's trying to sleep. The body stays confused, waiting for the signal that it's safe to power down. So give your brain that signal. About 1 hour before bed, turn off all screens, dim the lights if possible. You can read a physical book, listen to soft music, or sit quietly. Some people in warm tea, journaling, or even folding laundry slowly, anything calming, screen-free, and quiet. You're not just helping your eyes rest, you're telling your entire cardiovascular system it's time to lower the pressure. You can rest now. And when you combine this with the other habits you've learned tonight, you're not just managing blood pressure, you're giving your heart, your brain, and your body the nightly recovery they desperately need. So now that you know all 5 habits, let's wrap up with a few thoughts and a reminder of why these simple steps might be the most powerful medicine you'll ever use. Your heart has been working tirelessly for you all day long. Every beat, every adjustment, every response to stress, joy, or fatigue, it carries you through life without asking for much in return. But nighttime is the one window when it finally has a chance to rest, to repair, and to recover. And if that window is interrupted by silent spikes in blood pressure, your heart never truly gets the break it deserves. And the danger of nighttime hypertension is that it rarely makes noise. There are no obvious signs, no alarms to wake you. It rises quietly in the background while you sleep. But now you understand it better. And more importantly, you know what to do. Each of the 5 habits you've just learned, soaking your feet, breathing slowly, drinking a small glass of warm water, gently stretching, and turning off screens, might seem small by themselves. But when practiced together, they create a powerful message to your body. That message is simple, but vital. You are safe, you are supported, and it is time to let go. It is in that moment, when your body finally feels safe, that your blood vessels relax, your heart slows down, and your brain enters deep healing sleep. That is the moment that protects you. That is the moment that keeps you alive longer. So tonight, give yourself that moment. Choose one of these habits and try it, or choose all 5 and make them your nightly ritual. Notice how your body feels tomorrow. Notice how your mornings begin to change. And if you find peace in this practice, consider sharing this video with someone you care about. Because for many people, just one small change before bed can become the turning point for a healthier, longer life. Feel free to leave a comment below and let me know which habit you're planning to start tonight. I read every word, and I'd love to hear your story. Rest well, sleep peacefully, and let your heart do what it was always meant to do: heal quietly in the stillness of the night.